Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. All right, next question here is from Derek R. When weight gain stalls during a bulking cycle while using carb cycling, how much do you increase carbohydrates? Do you raise them on all days or only on high carb days? It just really depends. I know this is going to be a very subjective answer, but I let the progress pictures make the assessment on whether or not we need a food increase. I don't get too hung up on the scale. We can see the scale move up and body composition getting worse, and that's not what we want. If we see a combination of the scale moving up, there's no increased performance in the gym, and body composition appears to be declining in the check-in pictures, that's not good. That's an indicator to me that we're just gaining fat or mostly fat. If we see the scale increase with a corresponding increase in performance in the gym and body composition is maintained or improved, then we know we're gaining muscle. If we are in a situation where weight gain has stalled, progress has stalled, body composition looks great, then yes, I will consider a calorie bump. And sometimes I even increase fats. It may not be just carbohydrates. Sometimes I'll increase protein. It just depends what we're going on. But usually carbs are the first place I move food up. Now, coming out of an off season, the goal is not only to gain muscle, but to also increase metabolism. So I do like to incrementally increase the carbohydrate intake to get metabolism as high as we possibly can going into a fat loss phase. I do like to see that. For example, if we increase the carbohydrates, weight doesn't change, performance improves. We know that we have a corresponding improvement in probably body composition. We've sped the metabolism up. We're just burning through those calories. I like to make small changes. I'll usually start with a single day. I do start with the high day first, but then there's only so much you can take the high day up. I'll maybe add 25 grams of carbs at a time, something like that. That's 100 calories. And I'll do that. And then maybe the next time around, I'll add 25 to a medium day. Generally, I do not touch the low day. The low day is the last thing I touch. There are some guys that just have such fucking crazy metabolisms that we have to bump the low day. But before I would go to increasing the low day, I'll actually go to a third high day. A lot of times in my off season, because my metabolism will just get raging so much, I have to add a third high day in to gain weight, to put weight on. It really just depends on the person. Every person's unique. Some people you put more food in and they just get fatter. The variety in metabolism that I see from client to client is fucking astonishing. And it also cracks me up when I hear studies saying, well, there really isn't a big difference between as much people will think from metabolisms from people with similar body weights from one person to another. Fucking bullshit on that one. I don't know who your study cohort is, but you're studying the wrong goddamn people. I see crazy variances in metabolism from person to person. And a lot of times I can change metabolism as I work with people over a period of time. I've literally had guys where I have doubled or close to doubled their caloric intake. Hell, it's like the more food I throw out my diet, the faster my fucking metabolism gets. I usually on contest prep, I'm eating more at the end than I was at the beginning. I've been in that situation. I mean, when I won my pro card, I was doing 2,000 grams of carbs on some of my high days. Justin was just like, eat as much food as you possibly can eat. And 2,000 was where I would tap out. Now, most people would just get fat if they did that. That would not work for 98% of people. But there are extremes on both ends. I've seen some dudes where we literally have to go zero carbs on contest prep, and I've seen other guys where we have to push the carbohydrates super fucking high. I have some guys that need more fats, some guys that need more protein. So it's really, 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 really subjective on the individual. But yes, I would incrementally and slowly increase the carb intake. Start off with a high day, go to the medium day second, and then maybe at some point you might need to try a third high day. If you get to the third high day and you're still not gaining weight, and you've maxed out the medium day and the high carb day, then you might need to put some food in the low day. And I've even had some people that I have to put some trash food in. I have some dudes where you have to tell them, hey, just go hit Burger King or McDonald's after your workout. I've been there myself, man. I literally would hit my cap of what I could eat, and I'd have to go eat fucking McDoubles from McDonald's to be able to get the calories in so I could grow. And there are some people like that, but they're outliers. They're 1 out of 50 people. But the variance in metabolism from person to person I've seen is just is insane. Like I used to have formulas I would use to predict, and it seems with carb cycling, the longer you do carb cycling, if you incrementally raise those carbs, you can actually increase people's metabolisms pretty dramatically. The human body is amazing how it will adapt to food intake. You'll see it when people are dieting, the metabolism comes down. When you start pushing food up, metabolism comes up. The body is always striving for homeostasis. You really have to eat like shit to get fat. Just my experience. Really the recipe for getting fat is high carbs, really simple carbs with high saturated fat. If you want a recipe for getting fat, that's how you fucking get fat. Eat a bunch of simple carbs and saturated fat. That's the way you get fat. So French fries, potato chips, ice cream, candy, donuts, pizza. That's the recipe for getting fat. As long as you stick, if you're going to do high fat, keep the carbs low. If you're going to do high carb, keep the fats low. There's an inverse relationship between those two. But yeah, man, incrementally and slowly increase those carbs as you go along.